We've got one of our premier ultra distance runners in South Africa and in the world that's been using our products. And his name's Ryan Sands. And Ryan, I just want to talk through some of the stuff that you've done. You've won the 4 Desert Challenge. You have the first ultra distance runner to win an ultra distance race on every single continent in the world. How are you feeling? How's the body feeling? I know you've just recovered from a very successful race that you've just done.
Yes, just got back from Europe, from Spain, more specifically. Just ran the Trans Gran Canaria. Obviously, everything went really well, and it was really good to get things back on winning track after quite a difficult 2013 season. The body's actually recovered really well, and really excited for the year ahead. I think it's going to be a really busy year and lots planned.
Can you give us just an idea of some of the races you do and what it involves, the distances you run, and what kind of support you get when you run those races?
I started off by running self-supported multi-day races like the 4 Desert Series, which is typically about 250 kilometers. It's a self-supported race, so you got to carry everything you need to survive for the 7 days on your back. And after that, I've moved more into now the mountain running, the longer kind of 100-mile, 100-kilometer races, and these you run in one go. So there's a lot more aid along the way. You run to specific checkpoints and you can refill and get aid. So that's where I am now. But this year I'm going to be mixing it up again, also doing 1 or 2 self-supported multi-day races. So that's kind of where I've come from and where I'm heading.
Well, first of all, congratulations, because you won that 125-kilometer race just last week.
Yes, it was. I was pretty chuffed with how it went. It had 8,500 meters of climbing in over the 125 kilometers. So that's like going up and down Table Mountain about 10 to 12 times. So it went really well. As I said, I didn't expect to do that well because I wasn't used to doing that much climbing. But I definitely. I really enjoyed the race. Obviously, it was quite difficult running for about 7 hours at night in really cold conditions through the mountains, and then suddenly you're running through the day in really hot and warm conditions. So your body takes quite a beating, and there are quite a lot of different elements that you got to face.
Well, you talk about your body taking quite a beating. Now, you've been using the GNLD nutritional range, yes, I think from about 2010, around that yes, time period. How has GNLD helped you and supported you in your athletic endeavor?
Yeah, obviously I do a lot of traveling. I'm constantly pushing my body to the limits. So I think it's really important to get all that goodness back into all the minerals and vitamins. And GNLD products have definitely helped me tremendously. I don't get sick that often. The acidophilus has been instrumental, and I actually picked up a stomach virus 2 years ago and had to go on a really strong course of antibiotics which killed everything. So taking stuff like the acidophilus has really helped take care of my stomach. Obviously when you're racing long distances, you're taking a lot of gels and stuff, and it does mess up your stomach. So the acidophilus has really helped, and as I said, it's really important to get all the minerals and vitamins back in your system. And I think obviously today you're kind of always living on the run. It's really high paced. Often you're not eating the best food, so it's really important to get those vitamins. And then also for me it's about longevity. I want to try and compete for as long as possible. I love what I do, so I think it's important to look after your body and try and put all the goodness back into it. And also one day hopefully when I've got kids, I can run around with them. My joints aren't going to be I'm not going to be like half crippled from all the running I've done. So definitely it definitely helps my joints, and definitely really happy with the product, and I think it's been a tremendous help into enabling me to achieve what I have achieved.
We're launching this new product. It's a NeoLife shake, and the good thing is that Ryan's used this product for the last 3 weeks, and that's coincided with a good 3 weeks for you, Ryan, because you've won a 125-kilometer race in Europe, and I just want to get the benefits that you've experienced by using this NeoLife shake.
Yes, I've been using it for the last 3 weeks and really enjoyed the product. First of all, it tastes really nice. So I actually have to try and stop myself from eating too much of it. And obviously, with all the training I'm doing, I'm constantly hungry. So it's a really nice, healthy snack in between training sessions. But at the same time, it's also great for recovery. It's obviously got all the amino acids, and I found it's really beneficial to help speed up my recovery. And then at the same time, it sits really well well in my stomach. I've used other products before, other whey proteins and stuff, and I felt it just felt artificial in my stomach, where this actually just sits really well and it works really well for me. So yeah, definitely really enjoying the product, and it's become kind of a crucial part of my recovery process.
You talk about your recovery process. How are you actually using it? When would you take the shake in your training routine, which is grueling, and most people can't even embark on that routine?
I use it mainly post training, so as soon as I'm finished training, I'll mix a shake, and then at the same time during the day, in between training sessions, if I'm really hungry or if I'm on the road and I can't get something healthy to eat, it's really handy to have something that you can mix up, and it's really quick, and you're actually getting all the goodness inside you, not kind of eating junk. And again, as I say, I think it's really important to try and put as much goodness into your body to aid that recovery and have good longevity.
What I also want to talk about is the races that you go and compete in. You talked about a 250-kilometer race. You've just done the one for 125 kilometers. When you think about that mentally, it seems insurmountable. How do you go about competing in a race like that mentally to prepare yourself to do distances which don't seem humanly possible?
Yes, I think a lot of what I do is about the mental element, and it's really important to mentally try and prepare yourself for a race like that. And for me, it's about breaking a race down into lots of mini goals or mini steps. It's about taking it one step at a time. So I really focus on, say I'm running a 250-kilometer race, it's about getting through 1 kilometer at a time and really just breaking the race up, just trying to get to the next checkpoint. And once I've got the next checkpoint, I focus on getting to the next checkpoint. So it's about everyday life. I think you got to live every day one step at a time. But that being said, it's also, I think you want to set yourself a big goal, which may be in a year's time, maybe 3 years' time, but then you need a kind of micro plan to get to that goal. So for me, it's about just kind of one step at a time in order to achieve that big goal.
Disappointment. You've had huge success. 2013, you had a lot of disappointments, which were injury related. Mentally, how do you recover from those periods when you think, gee, things aren't just working out for me? Because you've done it, and now we've seen you've just won this race last week, and you've come back from that incredibly well.
Yeah, disappointments are really difficult at times to handle. I think last year was a really disappointing year for me, kind of a lot of failures along the way. But I think if you don't fail in life, you're never going to be successful. You're always going to have setbacks. And I think the most important thing is about overcoming those failures. I think it's the races that I've actually felt are failures, or I haven't done well, are the races I've learned the most from. I've learned the most about myself. I think when things are going well, it's I don't think you learn a lot about yourself the whole time. So last year was really difficult, and I really had to kind of pick up the pieces in some regard, and I think it just made me more determined to want to get things back on track, and to really focus and just try and be a better athlete, a better person, and to start achieving again. So obviously with Transgran Canaria now doing well at it, it was great, and obviously put a lot of work in this year already. So looking forward to the rest of the year.